What's going on, guys? Spartan 465 here. Today I'm bringing you another Destiny video. Um, there's a little bit of there's something that actually showed up on the Xbox One, and it actually has here about the Dark Below cinematic. Dadgummit, broke tune. Sorry about that. Anyways, there's the cinematic of the Dark Below, and so I thought I'd show that off to you guys, and not only that, but talk about some of the stuff that is to come. So let's watch it.
Six of us went down into the pit. Only one crawled out. I am Eris, the last. I have seen what the Hive call a god.
Have you now?
Crota, son of Oryx. He took everything from me. He will turn his eyes to Earth. And only a true weapon of the light can stop his wrath. Now you must face what lurks in the dark below.
Dun dun dun. Oh, that was actually cool. I know probably some of you have already seen that and all that, but thought it'd be interesting to see what it looks like from my perspective. Also, I was going to talk about a little bit of some of the changes that not only were made. Actually, I don't even have to go to the tower. Talk about some of the changes that were made recently. This past Tuesday. Right now it's Wednesday. Um, anyways, exotics now have something different. You no longer need ascendant shards or ascendant materials. You need actually. Let's see if it shows it here. Oh, it won't show it here. Here, let's go with this one. So, normally you would have, certain amounts of things that you needed to do, and then you go here, and it used to be ascendant shards that you needed. And in fact, you needed 8 for this particular helmet. But as you can see, they've actually changed it from ascendant shards to exotic shards. And as of right now, there's only 2 ways to actually get that. And it's either taking one of these and dismantling it, one of these weapons, or one of these pieces of armor and dismantling it. Or Zur, which he is the vendor that shows up every Friday and Saturday, and you could buy exotic shards for, I think they said it's 7 strange coins. And I don't know how many actual shards that is. I don't know if it's just 1 shard or a few shards. Probably only 1 shard, since it's such a rare item. But there's actually some stuff that happened today that they're actually getting ready for next week, which is the Crota expansion pack. And so basically next week there will be a few new things. There will be some new legendary gear. Existing legendary gear on the display in the tower will be replaced, New legendary gear will feature higher attack and defense values. Legendary items will still require ascendant materials for upgrades. This new, more powerful gear will be available to all players of Destiny, so you don't have to have the DLC pack to actually have fun with this or mess around with some of the new stuff. You don't have to have the DLC for it. Legendary gear will not be as powerful as the new raid gear or exotics. I think that's some of the stuff that happened in this just the standard game. There was a few things that were probably legendary was probably a lot better than even exotics. So they've changed some of that. They are adding in, and I believe this isn't for next week. Yeah, next week they're adding in new rate commendations. So, in addition to your Crucible and Vanguard marks, there will be also, you can purchase legendary items, but you'll also need to have purchasing new legendary items will require a Crucible or Vanguard commendation. And commendations are received in reputation reward packages delivered by the postmaster upon reaching a new reputation level. So it sounds like for you to purchase new items, you will need to get these commendations. If not, it kind of sounds like they may still have a few of the older ones there, even though they said that all of them will be replaced. If it's not that case, if that's not the case, then I guess you'll just have to start getting these commendations. It kind of makes me wonder though, what would the marks be used for? Or is it just like either you have marks or you have commendations? But to me, they kind of both sound the same. I think a few other people are not really sure, or a few other people. There's probably several people that don't know what it means, and I honestly do not know myself. There will be exotic talent changes. As I mentioned before, the exotic armor and weapons no longer require ascendant materials to upgrade. You will need to have that exotic shard. Let's see here. There is a new way of upgrading your exotics, your current exotics that you have. As of December 9th, you will be able to have your gear actually upgraded to a higher level of attack and defense value. And this is for your current exotics. New ones already have it in place, but your current one that, say you've got, well, like for instance, as you can see with me, I have the symbiote and the truth and all these others, which actually a lot of these haven't been upgraded very much. So, like, say I could take the last word, and if I wanted to upgrade it to have higher damage or higher attack and higher attack, I could take it to Zur. This is what will happen. You'll have to take it to Zur starting December 9th. I don't know if he's coming for that particular day, but it says on here on Bungie's website, starting December 9th, Zur will offer players the opportunity to upgrade exotics to the higher attack and defense values. So basically, upgrading an exotic in this way will require an exotic shard, so you do have to have an exotic shard for that particular purpose as well. So, say if you had a bunch of strange coins, which unfortunately I do not, I only have one. But if you had like a bunch of strange coins, you could probably upgrade a lot of your exotics. The only problem is if you do upgrade your exotic, you will have to redo or re-level the gear. So I know some people are probably pretty ticked off about that, but it's I see it. I understand it a little bit. The only problem is you do lose all those materials and all those um yeah, all those mats and all those materials that you use to actually upgrade it. Um, let's see here. It mentions some Crucible changes. Expansion 1 will include 2 new exclusive competitive playlists. New Crucible arenas will be featured in map rotation. Playlists available in the director will change week over week, which the director is basically this right here. This right here is your director, basically to let you know where to go. For those that you didn't know. Um, Experiences will alternate between 12 and 6 player engagements. Um, Not sure. Map Map rotation will alternate between focusing solely on new expansion arenas, including original launch maps in the mix. There will be some changes to the heroics and nightfall, which are usually are right here. Like this is the weekly, and this is the nightfall. They're pretty much the same. They're the same thing, which is the Nexus, but you will, according to this, with the light level increase to 32, heroic and nightfalls will be increased by 2 light levels to keep up with the new content, level increases, and gear items. So, in other words, you could very well either have a level 30 strike and a level 32 nightfall. It's very possible that's what's going to happen. The raid, there will be some differences there in the raid. The new raid will unlock on December 9th, so as soon as the DLC releases, if you're a level 30, you can actually immediately go into the new raid right away. You won't have to wait. That's the only problem. As you can see, I'm only level 29. I would have the only way for me to actually play the new raid day one is if I join somebody who is a level 30 going into the raid. But let's see here. They are trying to make some changes to the reward systems, and let's see. Sorry about that. They are making some changes to the reward systems. Raid loot in Crota's Inn will drop at a higher rate. New raid gear will contain a wider variety of potential perks. Weapons and gear from Crota's Inn will not require ascendant materials for upgrades. It will actually start wanting you to use what's known as radiant shards and radiant energy, and those will be acquired during the raid. And I'm pretty sure they may be elsewhere, but as of right now, it only mentions the raid. Unwanted weapons and gear from Crota's Inn will dismantle into radiant materials. Primary weapons will only drop in the harder version of Crota's Inn, which will be released sometime in January. So they're giving you what looks like a month on just normal, just so you can mess around with it, see if you can get all the good stuff in it. But you won't get any of the really good primary weapon drops until probably the harder version, which will be sometime in January. I also read there was a Game Informer, I believe it was. There was someone who actually played something there, and they also said that they were trying to get it to where in the new raid, you'll no longer say like right now the new this raid that we have now, the Vault of Glass. If you get say Chatter White, which is the shader in the raid, it's possible you could get it again that next week, and it's kind of kind of makes it hard to level, which as you can see, it has made it hard to level because I've got like 5 of these. I've got 5 like chatter whites. I haven't even received the legendary ship that's in the raid. I mean, I've only gotten this weapon and this weapon out of the raid. Also, I've received this out of the raid, and I was very lucky and received this in the raid. Um, Not a lot of people could probably say, well, I say not a lot of people could probably say that, but I'm pretty sure there's quite a few people out there that's probably done that. But I have not really received any raid armor until I got my cousin the 360 version, and I downloaded it onto my 360. And the very first raid I play on there, I get the arms. And since then, I have not received anything else. And so that's why I'm stuck at a little less than 29 and a half. But anyways, they're trying to get it to where this new raid will actually know what it gave you and will actually try to give you something that you haven't actually got yet. It's also trying to do this thing. I want to say Diablo does something like this, where it'll check to see how long you've actually had what they call a good loot drop or a fun loot drop, and it'll keep track of that. And if you haven't received one yet, it'll give you something. Um, as of right now, that's only in Game Informer. I haven't actually seen it physically on Bungie, but Game Informer said they've actually been up to Bungie to play it, so who knows? They said they've talked with them. But as of right now, that hasn't really been talked about much. But that's all the changes so far. Um, Hope you like this video. Leave a like if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next